Welcome inside now. We're at our caster stations ready to go. Dakota, Jack, and Grant. Ready to bring you game number 1 now of VGJ.Storm versus Infamous. Our draft is underway, so let's go ahead and get into it here. It looks like opening up the picks. We have Infamous sporting the Nature's Prophet. And now VGJ.Storm, they just go right into an AA, guys.
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, as being the play-by-play caster, but I did analyze that the puck might be first banned by VGJ against Infamous, and turns out it is indeed, Jack.
Brilliant prediction as well.
Okay, thank you. And Nature's Prophet, man, Nature's Prophet seems to be the, you know, I know, well, Lacoste isn't here anymore, so, like, there's always a meta inside of its own tournament. And it seems, I mean, Nature's Prophet's been good, but it has been first picked 3 games in a row now, not just like on one side, it's just instantly first pick, because I believe Iceberg took it first pick both games, and now Infamous now taking it first pick this game. We saw Papete on it the first day, and dude's pretty nuts.
This hero overall just feels pretty hot right now.
Yeah.
I'm even seeing him pop up more in FPL games and stuff.
Which is fun, because he's not a really boring hero, right? The whole point of the hero is get phase boots in the laning phase, and then TP around and get kills with your team. Like he's like the anti-Lich. You want to see him because he's like, oh, you know there's always going to be more kills because people are going to go. They know they have an extra player. It's just run at you kind of thing.
Anti-Lich sounds nice.
Yeah.
Also, some of the situations we've seen him suggest that people aren't as used to playing against him even still, because you're seeing a lot of these situations where it's like a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 and he gets like a turnaround kill and limps away. And that tells me that like there's still things about the hero that are not being how should I say, adjusted to completely, like the amount of damage. He puts out a lot of right-click damage early on. The treants also hurt quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that gives him lane viability, obviously, in like an adverse laning situation. But yeah, being able to keep the lanes pushed out, having numbers to every fight, being able to take objectives and keep the lane pressure, like all those boxes are checked. So this hero is just, you know, just so good at so many different things right now.
Yep. And VGJ with the Ancient Apparition Earthshaker, pretty standard opening. Actually, usually see 5 support plus Earthshaker has been reasonably common. Earthshaker's just a good hero, you know. Can get early kills with his level 1 stun blocking out, and then AA. There's always the threat of the aggressive tri-lane, right, with that hero.
Yeah, a lot of heavy priority on the support staff, especially most of these drafts too. Could even see them. Was it VGJ who went to the Earthshaker plus Sand King?
Yeah.
In their game too, so that might be something they consider once again. The team fights have been glorious to watch, and something that a lot of these teams have been prioritizing a lot of.
It's going to be interesting. They do have a silencer with the Nature's Prophet, so you're going to assume that's, I believe Excel just picks it for himself in the 5. It just counters a lot of initiations, as well as, like, you're more than likely VGJ won't pick a Bat Rider or something just because they picked up the silencer already, so they don't even feel the need to ban it.
Yeah, it's a good laner. We've seen it a few times against Earthshaker, like as a decent zoner against him as well early on. And then, as you mentioned, just the combo disruption. Like if you're counting on kind of burst to bring someone down, which line up with Earthshaker with those kind of blink initiations and AA is, then any disruption to the sequences of your spells or ultis is going to do quite a bit. So.
No, just Spirit Breaker ban from VGJ.Storm. They've been banning that out quite a bit, and I mean, it just goes in with, it's perfect with Nature's Prophet. You know, you have a charge from halfway across the map, he hits that bash, you just TP in. Just a lot of aggression they probably don't want to deal with. Why the Ember ban? Has the Ember ban mean anything, Jack? Like, what they want to pick?
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, they don't really have any control for him out of these 2 picks so far, and they're missing some other, like, instant initiation. Nyx is already banned out against Ember Spirit, and Earthshaker's been taken by the other team, so it could present issues for them to be able to control that. And if you're not really able to rotate on him or kill him as a mid laner, that could be a big part of their game plan usually, which we've seen.
Yep. 10 seconds for sure. Tanker banned out, you know, a little bit of a respect ban there after watching Leo Style go ham in that first series.
Yeah, putting that together with the global potential that could have been with Nature's Prophet, Silencer able to engage. That could have been a very scary team. Well-warranted ban. Good research.
CK? I mean, AACK, we already saw him just run over. I mean, Infamous himself used that role as well as VGJ before, so... I mean, it's pretty much instant, like 3-second disable minimum, tons of minus armor with the new CK build maxing the Rift.
Ember's also just going back to Ember again, it's also a really mobile hero, right? Like, probably the most mobile, like one of the most mobile mid-cores or scaling cores in the game.
Yeah.
They have a
Tinker's one
silencer
of them
too, though. So it's like, I guess they still found the Ember.
I think
Very scary.
Yeah, Ewell's is so commonly picked up now. You know, it just kind of takes off the global pretty easily.
But I mean, you never know. They just probably could have also gotten a silence
An
stick.
Orchid,
So
yeah.
they have a lot of silence potential here.
I
Jack,
assume-
that's one of your favorite things, right? The old STFU lineup here.
Yeah.
Third pick, Sven.
It's looking a lot like Infamous's lineup versus Iceberg yesterday, actually, on VGJ. And I mean, that's what we say. They drafted very similarly, but Sven is a far better, I would say, mid-game and just overall carry than Chaos Knight. Obviously, Chaos Knight does a little, like, gap closing a little bit better, but Sven, if he's farmed, which we've seen Ritsu be farmed,
Yeah, I was just going
he's
to
way
say.
scarier.
And I know you like the Ritsu Sven,
so
especially.
it is very good, and he always has. Flea is always stacking for him as well as stanking. They stacked both Ancients 3 times before 4 minutes last time together. It's nuts. Clockwork.
Going back to the Clockwork, we saw a little Clockwork yesterday, right? Or was it the day before?
Yeah, it was also picked against, I think, the Earthshaker AA. Again, these are 2 heroes where if the clock manages to initiate or get on top of them, it really limits their effectiveness in fights.
Yep.
And also for the Sven, like, I don't know if it's picked as a direct counter, but the ability to kind of just create terrain and just wall things off stops a lot of the Sven's damage output and potential. Get him caught in tight spaces, so like the clock pick.
And there we go. Just another huge team fighter, a very dominant middle hero in Quap. Yeah, VGJ, they're looking for heavy team fight. It's actually funny, right? Infamous ran against Nature's Prop twice yesterday by running a lineup like this, and now they're swapping sides, taking the NP, and gonna try to run into this team fight of VGJ.
Yeah, that's scary. Fissure's set up, Ice Blast comes in,
Yep.
Scream, or Sonic Wave rather, and suddenly they all just pop.
I think as long as they're Shaker, obviously, that's a good thing about Stan King playing AA. Flea should have a very decent dagger timing with how the team works.
Now it's on to Infamous here to decide what they want to be pitting up against, potentially this Queen of Pain, and then they also have to secure what their one is going to be to have to match up with the Sven.
Radiant team back.
TA is going to be the mid lane matchup to go against the Queen of Pain here.
TA into Sven always seems a little bit rough. If the Queen of Pain does decently versus TA middle, like the Warcry armor from Sven almost totally negates like what TA wants to do in the early game. But I mean, they're running out of like, what mid can you put up against a Quap with Puck and Ember Band? It's not much.
Oh, the monsters tasted pretty good today.
Is it? Which one do you have?
I got a little
The lemon one?
Rehab, just a basic Arnold Palmer style tea and lemonade.
Oh man,
Okay.
I haven't tried that one yet. I like the color scheme.
They just called it an Arnold Palmer because he just did it on a golf course once, right? He just
I
mixed
think
lemonade
so.
and tea or something. Yeah,
Have you heard of the other ones? There's like the Roy Rogers. You know what that
I've heard
one
of the
is?
Roy Rogers. It's not the tea.
That's
though.
Coke and like cherry syrup. I
Yep,
think.
I've had it. And then Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple is the classic Sprite,
Yep.
and I was a waiter. I just served that all the time.
Did you?
I hated it.
Who ordered it mostly?
Everybody.
Really?
Kids, adults, everybody.
I
Or just
love
as
it.
many adults order as kids, dude.
Oh, it was so good, especially at Texas Roadhouse
So
when you get that
sweet.
with like the cherry and the gravy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's the thing.
it's
They're like,
so
can I
good.
get extra cherries too? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
fine. If I
Here's
get
a
extra
lemon.
tip.
Sure.
God damn it, no tip.
My only regret is that I never ordered a Shirley Temple from you, Dakota.
Yeah, it would have come with a little extra salt, that's for sure.
As long as it didn't taste like my drink this morning, it'd be fine.
It wasn't that bad.
Grant,
Did you have the same thing, Grant?
No, I had lemonade.
Oh.
But no, he said it was so sugary. I'm like, I don't know if you've ever been to Mississippi, you know, that deep south. Like, you get the Kool-Aid thing, you're supposed to put in one thing. They're dumping in
Yeah.
5. Like, that's
Yeah.
how you want it sweet, you want it tangy. You want to be able to live the whole day off that one
I want my
cup.
body to be shaking.
exactly. Yeah,
I
that's
want
what
to
I'm saying.
have it,
Yeah,
and I want to
well,
feel the
that's-
energy within
That's what
my
happened
body.
this morning, Grant. And you were so afraid of it that you didn't even try it.
I wasn't
gave it
afraid,
to
I
other
just-
people to try.
I
They
don't like
confirmed for
tea.
me that it was. Well, it wasn't tea.
It was.
Have
It
you
was
tried?
tea in name only, Grant.
Are you against all tea or hot tea, sweet
Oh,
tea?
I just don't like tea.
tea?
You against all tea,
Yeah,
Grant? That's pretty heinous, man.
except T-shirts. They're okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, all right, we're done. Let's go back to the draft.
Yeah, Darkseer band. Oh, here we go. We're just gonna have the last pick and a Clinks. Clizity Clinks. That's a lot of minus armor now with Clinks and TA.
That's another name that you converted and didn't keep. Bone Fletcher, right?
The Bone Fletcher, yeah, that one. I mean, it's a long name.
It's a long name.
Clinks
the
is actually
BF.
a good one. Yeah.
But
this
heavy physical, lots of
odd.
single target physical. I mean, yeah, Psyblades can add a little bit, but these are all just pretty single target, heavy focus kind of
There's a lot of
heroes.
mobility and vision from Infamous, so they have pretty like decent independent laners as well. So they're again, that kind of fits their formula. They're gonna have a good start out of lanes, and then instead of this kind of big combo team fight, this is a very different direction in that sense. It's like they're gonna be looking for pickoffs and to get numbers to things constantly. They're gonna have a lot of map vision between the traps, Clockwork Rockets, and the Nature's Prophet Treants.
Is this Legion?
Clink skulking around
Bat
too.
Rider, okay. I was kind of feeling the Legion Commander actually, but Bat Rider, interesting.
It is interesting because you know he's gonna, well, ideally be leading in to start things off, but that's when the silencer could come out. So I guess Bat Rider's gonna have to consider his own Yules or BKB kind of a thing. So we might see some teams just kind of bulking up to some late game fun. Yeah,
it looks like my camera might actually be on, so I don't want to, you know.
Is it?
Worry the It looks like,
right.
yeah.
It should be mine, but we'll see if production will switch over. But just don't have a crap camera, and we'll be fine. And we did switch. Okay, now it's me. So now you can blame Jack.
Worries dispelled.
No, I think it's just going to be interesting, right? Because Clink's the only real build you can go now we see is what? Medallion into Deso, because Deso is so cheap, but that's usually what a TA wants to go. Do you really want to stack 2 Desos, Jack?
Is that the fear build? Is that what it's called?
I think it's now that Deso is so cheap, especially on a hero like Clink's. Like, it used to be Orchid, right? But Orchid's very expensive for what it gives compared to what a Clink's can get out of a Deso. You think Clink's going to go Deso, or he's just going to go Solar Crest into something?
Not sure if he has to get the Deso, maybe just the Crest, but some other things to keep an eye on too. Like you have 2 heroes, 2 cores on Infamous who naturally carry some kind of invisibility. So I think VGJ, some games they've played maybe not always on point with the detection, especially if you've got only like 1 hero carrying it. I mean, I don't count on AA to be alive like in a position close to these guys.
It's gonna have to be the Bat Rider, like, as long as they give him some. Yeah, Stan King. That's what I was gonna say. If Stan King has under 5 deaths this game, I'm pretty sure they're going to win. Because against a Clinks and then a Blink TA, like, this AA should not be alive most of the time. We might even see him go the Ghost Scepter first item.
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of it's going to depend on their ability to kite the Sven as well. And I think they have a lot of tools for being able to kite the Sven. You have Sprout. You have Clockwork Cogs being able to create terrain. You've got the natural kind of speed and evasiveness of Infamous cores. So work cut out for them.
Whose draft do you actually favor?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think VGJ's draft is more stable and solid. Like if this was like newbie, for instance, this is definitely what they would pick.
Yeah,
you've got pretty straightforward execution on, and a couple tempo points on your heroes. But if you're Infamous, it's a bit more of a, how to say, like harder to execute lineup. Ease of execution is definitely not in their favor.
Yeah, but it feels like if they do get like a good early game, you know, you get those -R armor items up. Like Ritsu might farm, but the other 4 are gonna struggle, and then they might just crumble. It is 2 very different playstyles. After, you know, I said it might be some of the same, but maybe Infamous is a little scared to go tick for tat with them.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen Clinks competitively get like because the build used to kind of be like a quick Orchid, right?
Yeah.
I think that might be a possibility this game, just because it puts so much pressure on the Queen of Pain. He can potentially gank heroes that he'd otherwise be afraid of being initiated on solo. Like a hero like a Bat or Earthshaker, like could be like gank targets for the Clinks as well.
The problem with that though is, right, Orchids take like a little bit longer to farm, and the ingredients aren't as good to build up to. It feels like you want your Clinks moving around before that, but I think you might be right. I'm interested to see how Katara will play.
Yeah, the Clinks change, obviously, like a couple patches ago as well, was like to the duration of his ultimate of the Death Pact. And I thought that was interesting because this hero, you're used to being able to just stay out on the map constantly, and then you can Death Pact like in the middle of fights, and you get like huge boost of HP. Now, like, it's less, how should I say, like spammable and stuff like that, but it's been an interesting change.
Yep, looks like we are ready to go. We have the G Buddy and the Unpause. So it should be interesting. We're going to see a quick smoke coming up now already from the Radiant side. Dire as well, and they're both going to TP. Different, look at this, 4 TPs, 2 bottom, 2 top.
They're tryharding.
Yep, they are, and we're going to see Stan King and Excel are just going to miss each other, but that might favor the Dire because Leo's tells get around this hill, but nope, Stan King has already placed the ward. Oh, now they're going to go down and see each other here. And yeah, AA never wants to get in a fist fight, especially with a silencer. And looks like we already have the ping out where the ward is, the Radiant place. We'll see if they counter, and they do. Very quick counter, but up there, Stinger just draining some mana, stopping from warding.
A actually has gigantic fists. Man.
And look, at that. They're giving the ward to Leo Style here. Damn, they want him to start. They want him big start here. I like that. So he's going to start with 200 extra gold compared to the Quap of Ryoya.
The lane's already over pretty much.
Yeah. Am I saying that right, Jack? Ryoya?
Ryoya.
Ryoya.
All right.
I'm just going to keep doing that till he changes it back.
Ryoya, yeah.
He's not changing it back.
He's anime as it gets right now.
I am Ryoya, Queen of Pain.
Snaking. This guy. Wait, I just realized, what's on snaking? What's on that? Are those little, like, bugs on his mount? Oh, they're just fish with him. Oh.
Fish,
yeah. Adorable.
It's like the full, like, sea set, you know?
Yeah, but how are the fish with him? There's no water. I don't know, whatever. Maybe I don't know about
flying
gills.
fish.
All right, we have G again. Sorry. I mean, it's not your fault. Sometimes your PC craps out.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Now, looks like it should just be 2 for 2 runes. Obviously, a better start for the Dire, countering that ward. Even giving Leo Style it. We see Stinger taunting along. And I believe it'll just be a pretty calm level 1, no fight.
Have you ever seen teams that have any more, like, pre-game rituals, songs, hugs, chants?
Complexity.
Complexity.
They do the 5 huddle up and do a chant and throw their arms up in the air.
Or if they do that for qualifiers as well, or group stages, or if that's just like a LAN thing.
LAN thing, you know, for the crowd.
For the crowd.
There we go. Uh-oh. And look at this. He's getting zoned out right now, so he can't get a creep block. He's going to have to skill level 1 blink, which that's not very good for the lane, is it, Jack?
Ideally, no. You don't want to be getting that. Often you'll get a sentry ward so that the TA can't dodge. Can't use meld dodge or Shadow Strike, but he's not even going to be able to get Shadow Strike at this point.
We saw Flea come middle after blocking top lane, and here we go. We have a pause now from Ritsu. Excellent. There's a middle fight. I mean, no one should die here. I mean, he has Blink up. He has the Fisher.
Yeah, they're playing out of a PC Cafe in San Jose right now, and, you know, sometimes...
Gotta put more money on the card.
Oh, look at this. If he had Shadow Strike there...
That would be the reason.
If he had Shadow Strike there, that might have actually been a kill because Clockwork knew he didn't, obviously. He's not going to do anything crazy. Bottom lane, Sven AA up against the Nature's Prophet. That's a decent lane for Sven. Even goes cleave level 1 to try to bring down these treants. Obviously, super high HP early. Oh, who's going to get the 9? Nope, gets it. Middle lane, just more harassing. The 4 and the 2 sticking together middle. And we see 5-0 Quap, 3-0 on the TA.
Classic 2-on-2 mid lane action here.
My favorite.
So the nice ward spots coming out from Infamous here. Both of them are very deep wards, and they'll be able to spot the support rotations coming between the lanes. So they need that for sure. Like their laners, they want to have good matchups there, and they don't rotate nearly as heavily as the
This
other
might be a
team
kill. It looks like it will be. Stinger will just get stunned. Shadow struck level 2 and goes down there. That's very strange kill to give away because it didn't even seem like he was getting much accomplished middle. He's just trying to help out his TA, which he has. I guess Quap is lower. He has his health potion, but that's huge. He's 12-1 with the first blood now. It's going to be a little bit rough. Pepita is going to have a pretty big impact. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to farm up like an Orb of Venom and Phase Boots on Nature's Prophet, and that's when you can finally put in some work. And Snaking. Obviously, the Bat Rider versus a dual lane, it's a lot easier, especially a Silencer one. Like, a level 1 Silencer does nothing to you.
Yeah, it used to be like, oh, his pure damage glaze are going to be doing a lot, but if he is opposed or threatened, he tends to get pretty weak looking.
Yeah, because the Silencer's playing the hard 5, he doesn't have a Windlace or Boots, so if he's not careful with the Bat Rider, we'll just run him down with 355 and just burn him to death. And Clinks can't do too much to retaliate at this point. Just level 3.
Mid lane?
Looks like we do have him trying to go on Leo style, but he should be fine. Has the Fairy Fife really needs to use, but he's seen Tangos, doesn't want to, waste that +2 damage. Needs to be careful, though. Pops for a fraction, baits out an attack. The thing is, the chicken went top lane. Leo style is just going to have to commit to going back to base, I believe. I'm really surprised he's sticking here. He doesn't have that big of a creep wave. He could just die, but...
Looks like he wanted the level.
He's running back, yeah.
But he's still hanging, so we'll see how ballsy he can be waiting out for the courier.
Yep. So TA actually winning the last hits middle right now. Needs to be very careful. They're both low. Someone could get juked into a fight here. There's a Fairy Fire up on the TA. He's going to try to cleave him down, actually. He gets the cleave. He's looking for one more. Will it be enough? He's juking in. Stunned by Flea. It comes out very late, though, and Well, there you go. A nice play by Leo.Style. He's been shown his prowess. Looked like a little bit of hesitation from Flea might have cost him their life there in top lane. Snaking, trying to bring down these neutral creeps. Nice job by Excel pulling him out of the fire so he can't farm him as well.
I think it was the meld dodge there onto the Shadow Strike that secured it for TA. So
it did seem like Flea hesitated a bit. He could have probably saved the quab. They wouldn't have gotten the kill, but would have saved him. Oh, bottom lane. Boots first Clockwork going in. He's level 2 on Stanking. Going to actually do a ton of damage. They're going to throw him in. Cog's going to push him back. Now they're going to fly. He's trying to cleave him down. Pepita puts him in there. Last hit will come out. And that's going to be that. A very, very slow, methodical 2-on-2 fight there. And by methodical, I mean you hit Cogs and then you hit Sprout and Stanking's trap for 8 seconds.
what a method.
A method. I mean, that's the thing, right? Even Furion's base damage is so high. With just boots, at level 4, he has 70 base damage. The Treants do a ton of damage. Snaking right now, the only one really doing better than he should in his lane. And he's going to have to be their playmaker early. We see Flea move up. They're already level 3.
Yeah, and Snaking's got an early dust here, so they want to be able to threaten to kill the Clinks, especially before he gets that 6 up and is able to maintain like a long death pact. Much more HP makes him a much more difficult target to bring down.
Yeah, and we have a co-op now. Let's see if we can get these last hits onto the tower. All right, he gets one. This one's looking a little tougher. Misses it.
Ooh, moves for Excel though in the top lane.
Yep,
he's getting gooed.
He is good. No Firefly up, but I believe with just one more, it doesn't even have to use Sticky, so he doesn't refresh Arcane. Just gets it. There we go. Yeah, Snake King is having a good start. Even Ritsu's had a good start. Obviously, AA dies, but up there, Stan King goes down. Saw Dakota catch it. I caught the bare end of it.
That's all right. I got you. All right.
And that's the problem, right? Stan King's just going to have... He's going to be dying so much this game, I have a feeling. This could be a Clairvoyance type of game.
It's also a slow hero as we see them going on to Clink's top. A lot of stacks here.
Oh! Yeah, he's just dead. He's dusted up. Oh, but Snaking could be in a little bit of trouble. He should TP. Where's he going to?
He's got the mango if he needs to TP, man.
Here comes Pepita. Oh, he's going in kind of secretly. He's going to find Snaking. Needs 2 hits here. There's 1. There's 2. Gets the kill. And nice play there. Flea could be in a lot of trouble, actually. He has Sprout. He has Phase Boots and Orb of Venom this time, though, from the Nature's Prophet. But yeah, I don't think you chase him. He doesn't. That's a nice rotation. That's why Furion, Nature's Prophet is so good. Just can always move around the map with no hesitation. Stan King, no boots versus Tranquil Boots, Clockwork. Uh-oh, he's just running at him.
405 versus 295. He's going to need a stun here.
He does that. Will freeze him up, but he's going to take a ton of damage. It is level 2 battery, so my goodness, the Furion ult flies in and kills him. And oh boy, I said if Stan King was under 5 deaths, they're going to have a good chance at winning. He's at 3 at 6 minutes in. It's looking rough. I mean, we knew he was going to die a lot. That's just...
The Clockwork just feasts on these relatively immobile heroes.
Yeah, like even if VGJ had a silencer, he would just feed on him as well. That's why you pick the Clockwork. I know we talked about why it's not seeing much action, but that was a very good pickup for CAA.
Yeah, he's a really good 5 support bully.
Yeah,
just shuts them down. We'll be suspect as the minutes go forward as he finds his place. But with these kind of kills, we'll get to his level 6 and get a hook shot and pretty good time.
Like this, just stealing their bounty runes as well. The thing is, we haven't seen Ritsu die yet. He is level 6 with 46 CS, the highest, even beating TA, who's going to do neutrals, farm up a little bit more. This at least gives the Quap a little bit of farm middle lane, which she badly needed. And actually not too much action. I think both teams are fine with farming.
Stinger is the Enchantress player as well, so he's been showing out so far this tournament. He's been playing very well.
Yep. Feels like a lot of those roaming players have been doing it. Those roaming and mid players have been putting in a lot of work. And now Ritsu just farming newts, middle lane. Leo.Style is getting zoned out here. Obviously, Illusion Rune people say is one of the worst runes in the game, but versus TA, takes out those refraction charges nicely.
And he's trying to totally bully him out from the lane now, not allowing him to have the easy path back, but he'll just take the creeps up to the high ground, chew them on up.
Yep, that's good use of Illusion Rune. Here's the thing. Let's see. What do we got on stacks? We have a double stack for one of the Radiant stacks and just single on the other. Dire has a double as well. Obviously, with TA and Sven, both teams have ancient clearing power.
Looks like a smoke play coming out from VGJ. Snake King has got his lasso, no blink, but they're just hoping to do it, Raw dog style.
Yep. I mean, with the Tranquils and the Windlace, 460 under smoke. Should be a pretty easy kill on Leo style. Is a level 2 stun on Earthshaker? Level 3, so he will be stunned long enough. Yeah, this should just be a kill here. Firefly
should
comes
be
up.
a kill. Flea's hesitant, though, to
And
find
he
the
just
right
throws
fissure.
it.
He'll set it up now.
And
Alright.
then actually bottom, though, Ritsu goes down to Stinger, Pepita, as well as Excel rotated down. So you kill a middle player, but you lose your carry.
Radiant's top tower is
And you even top lane just farming. We see Klinks is putting in a ton of work on this top tower. So it looked like a reasonably good gank there on the TA. Helps land their Sven to death.
Flea smacks the courier. It's got to be
Just gets
sped out of there. Damn.
And bottom lane, look at this. So they're pressuring top and bottom tower. Stan King's just hiding. He's like, I need boots. I need a Windlace. I need anything. And Mask of Madness almost on Sven. That's when he can start just, you know, push out the lane, go to jungle, rinse and repeat for a while. You think after Mask of Madness he goes Echo Saber or goes for a Blink Jack?
I think it's probably still going to be Echo Saber, but it's a good question. The fact that this even has to be asked at this point is most likely because if they're struggling early on, they lose that space in the jungle, then maybe he doesn't find it value to get that Echo Saber.
Yeah.
Wants to get Blink to be involved a bit sooner. So,
Yeah. Oh, and bottom lane.
Yeah,
Stinger's
Infamous.
here. No level 6, though, but if they just run... Look at Stan. Look at how slow he moves. He's blocking Ritsu. My man is... This Ice Ghost is just struggling. Uh-oh. Ritsu does have level 2 Warcry. He used it early, actually. He eats a creep. They're just going to go on him. He pushes them away instead of trapping him in, taking off some of his mana, but he has so much armor still. Mask of Mana, Stan King. Yeah, get out of the way. Here comes Snake King in now. Get to throw up some of that goo. He gets the lasso up. Get a fine Stinger. This should be a reasonably easy kill and a nice rotation. Actually, even Queen of Pain's here. They probably want to go for this tower now. Or... No, they're just going to...
Yeah, they're just
they're
cargoing
just
out.
going. Yeah, they're just going with the train.
Chugga-chugga-chew. Let's grab the bounty. There's not a shrine available, but we'll just take most of this party to the mid lane, it would appear. Yeah.
Yep, and there we go. Flea's middle now, though. He's level 6, which is nice. He even got mana boots, so he will have blink up a little bit later, but the mana boots is so good early for just stunning, getting kills with the Bat Rider.
You also do have level 6 on the other side, though, on your clockwork. Ready to go.
this is when it will begin to matter, the kind of team compositions. So Clockwork just got 6. He didn't have it before then. And how do you really initiate onto the Sven without that, right? Like, you're basically
run at
right-clicking him or just running at him. And he's durable. He's got a lot of HP and the Warcry as well. So unless he's in a compromising position already, it'll be tough to bring him down before reinforcements arrive. The key to that is the towers. If the towers are down, then you have a lot more space to operate and get numbers there. If not, VGJ can respond.
Flea's in
Top lane.
trouble. Yeah,
They're
he
just
had
going to run him down, but Snake King's running down Stinger. Looks like Flea might be okay. Oh, he misses the stun, actually, on Stinger. It just hits Pepita, and, well, that'll make sure everyone lives there. Maybe a possible kill on Stinger would have been able to pick him off, but bottom lane instead, Kataro takes down the tower, and he is going for the death, so flying out a Blightstone. He's farming decently. He actually has 1 Soul Ring, Treads, and Aquila. He is farming very good in the early game. Even though it says he's only, 5th on net worth, everyone's pretty even up there. Pepita.
Yeah, they're like the ones who've been just grinding, really.
Yeah. Pepita, though,
Actually.
phase boots and drum on Nature's Prophet gives you just so much damage early, including that little bonus speed when you TP to a lane.
Oh, what's this? Uh-oh.
Bottom lane,
The
Stan
Ice
King
Ghost. Is this going to be
die.
number 4? Oh, yes, it is. Rather easily, Grant.
He
One
got
more.
boots, though.
One more, Grant. He's
Top
got
lane
5.
looks like Snake King and Pepita are dueling it out. We do have TPs coming. This could be bad for Snake King if he initiates too long. Stinger's here trying to hold him down, and the Klink's here going to do a ton of damage. Maybe one more right click. There it is. It's flying. Hits him, gets the kill, and Pepita hits the booty doing TPs out. And, yeah, Infamous looking good. They perfectly rotated on. We saw Snake King go in. I mean, he didn't expect the Klinks after getting that kill to immediately TP top. Nice play by them. And he takes the 10 magic resistance versus all his team fight, which is very rare instead of the 200 mana, 10 intellect.
In the meantime, we saw Excel try to go in pretty deep to get some extra bit of vision, but he was also doing that under the vision of VGJ. They will be probably removing that ward soon enough. But pressure possibly on the mid lane. Ryoya under the tower eats a hard shot from TA. He He does have help nearby by Flea, but
Yep,
over in the
bottom
jungle.
lane,
Yeah.
we see Snake King going in. Excel, get a silence him up. Stinger's trying to find him, doesn't have the hook, doesn't have the mana, but they just get to run through the trees because the Firefly breaks him down. That will be a kill, and another one on Stan King who just drops. And the movement around the map by Infamous. We do see Flea already used the stun, and he's pretty useless without that stun. No echo. Just good rotations from Infamous. They are moving around them perfectly with the Clinks and Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, they're getting the Clinks involved in a lot of action now, and
Yep.
it's clear VGJ just have to wait a bit before doing the same with Sven. I mean, is that just what you have to do in this kind of point, Jack? Until you can unleash the Sven, or what's the turnaround for VGJ?
Well, we talked about this earlier, kind of just weathering that early to mid pressure from Infamous. So they have to hold their towers. They've only lost one tower so far, which isn't too bad. Obviously, like, the blink timing on Earthshaker is going to be very difficult at this point. He went for Arcanes as well. And the AA doesn't have 6 yet. So that really limits their ability to fight back in some of these skirmishes right now.
Oh, they are smoked up, though. Let's see if they can get it. Oh, a Leo style would be great to find here. They have the ward. They see him. Here we go. Stun comes in. That'll lock him down in time for this. And he tries to attack over. Fisher blocks him out. He gets another one off, but it doesn't matter. And he will farm up the stack. Snake King actually takes a little bit with the Firefly, but bottom lane, split push, and they're going to lose a tier 2 tower for that kill. It just seems Infamous is getting better trades. Like, they lose Leo style, which is bad, but a tier 2 tower opens up all of bottom lane.
Yeah, and they're being able to play, like, look at this Clinks right now.
He's
like,
going defusal, by the way. Sorry, Jack.
He's on the other side.
Middle lane, blinks away. Stinger was looking for something. What were you saying about Clinks? Pardon.
They're able to play very aggressively all over the map. The Clinks just went over to the Radiant Secret Shop to, eat a creep and then come destroy the tower from behind it. And this is kind of mobility in action. This is what you want with this kind of lineup.
And this is going to be scary. Clinks is going to be level 12 and get that defusal at the same time. If Sven just comes to that fight feeling good, Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, if he war cries first and he gets defusal, this Clinks is going to eat him alive. This is a very good item choice by Kotaro. Seems pretty standard besides the Deso. It's his second biggest build, so yeah.
And you still get the Deso on Leo style too,
Yep,
it looks
exactly.
like. So, man.
Which is, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, there's no way they go 2 Desos. It just seems like a little bit waste of money, so good thing they didn't there. And now, if TA and Clinks, they can pretty much kill anyone in under 2 hits on the map once that Clinks does have defusal.
And the buildings are just going to shred apart too. I mean, Jack was just saying, like, oh, they need to hold those buildings, but since that statement, they lost the top tier 1, they lost the bottom tier 2. So any new openings, Infamous have been able to kind of take a tower in exchange for maybe getting caught out by a lasso play, or, just kind of avoiding fights and being able to pressure the side lanes a bit, like we're seeing Pepita do a bit right now.
Yep, Snake King, gonna get that bounty rune. He will have Blink now, which is a very big for him. Not quite as big as the Earthshaker one, but he's just slowly getting that 1 gold per second. You see Leo style farming up the other Ancients, depriving Sven of a little bit of gold.
Yeah, and this is true for most lineups, but I think especially for VGJ's lineup, it's very hard to play from behind versus ahead or even. Because then you don't have as much space for everyone to farm. The Sven needs to farm quite a bit, obviously, and then where does that come in for getting a blink for your Earthshaker or getting some levels up on the AA? It's basically very hard for them all to get safe farm.
Yep. Oh, and Rocket will scout out Flea. He's getting gone on by Stinger, who is just enough mana. Doesn't have the Earn Charge, but I don't believe he'll need it. Obviously, he's an Earthshaker. Oh, look at Firon was like, I'll come in and steal it. Oh, he's going to Echo to try to save himself. Will it be enough? Pepita's TPing in now. He will just have it. Nice stun, but nice block. And Pepita perfectly TP'd and sprouted. And now they don't have that middle lane. That's the Diffusal Blade. Uses one early. TA blows him up. And this doesn't look like a perfect TA game. Here we go. They go forward. Ritsu's going to try to cleave him down. He has Lasso now. Will he do enough damage? He's going to have Refraction up now. He will, and there's the Diffusal Blade. Eats him alive. No armor. He's going to go down as well. And Excel will not hit that. He's going to get frozen. Nope. Gets the dust off, but he goes down. And now Stan King dead as well. We might actually very well be seeing a possible good game. Yeah.
That was a full wipe, too. If you count the Flea takedown at the beginning right there, it just got all over the place. The second that happened, too, they were still able to break out in that mid lane fight. And, yeah, I guess just VGJ not expecting that didn't have all hands on deck, because it should have been, 3 members of Infamous at the beginning, considering Pepita TP'd up top. But, man.
This feels like they just came online quicker. Like, VGJ has that team fight, but Infamous won their lanes, right? And when you win your lanes, you can just create chaos before any items come up.
So the global was used there to secure
Yeah.
the kill on the Queen of Pain, and so
Yep.
she's just such a major source of damage right now, especially if the AA blast isn't there, if there's no blink on the Earthshaker,
Yeah.
and if Sven is slowly getting farmed, but not the hardest hitter at this point. So tough for them to deal damage without everyone alive. This is actually kind of one of the things we saw from the Infamous lineup yesterday, where if they didn't have everyone concentrated in one place, it was pretty
Yeah.
hard for them to take fights, and that's exactly what Infamous is doing right now.
It looked like
spreading them out.
Infamous learned from yesterday when they played against it. They just kind of did what Iceberg did to them, but then it looked like they've even, toggled it a little bit on their side, and they're making this look very good. And I mean, TA's super farm. Quap reasonably farmed as well, but I mean, against a Clinks and a TA, if Quap just does one aggressive blink, she just dies. She has to stay so far back, and look at this. Kataro rotating down. If he finds anyone in the tree line here, let's see. His Ghost Walk is out, so looks like they're just getting out. So what do you think VGJ needs to do? Do they need to farm more, or do they just wait for their ults and go for a fight, or?
It's going to be hard for them to farm. It feels like they kind of have to play around, again, like defend their towers and force Infamous into these 4 or 5 man engagements where, even with a net worth lead, it's going to be harder for them to take some of those fights because they don't have like the hard lockdown and control. So
Flea is level 11 now, so he has all Foreigner Aftershock as well as a Blink Dagger. Sven has Blink Dagger. And it's going to be about Infamous. As long as they stay spread apart, they should be fine, but you never know. I mean, you just make one mistake and you can get wombo comboed easily, but double damage TA is just going to melt this tower after the glyph is down. Look at that. Tower's dropping so quick. Dire scans. They know something's up there. Global Silence is going to get popped. Snake King should just go down.
Wow, they popped that the second that Snay jumped into action. That was a hard R press right there.
It is funny, right? I was like, there's no way VGJ picks Bat into a silencer. That's why they're not banning it, and then they end up doing it. I just noticed that, man. I'm a genius. But that's rough. That's like the direct counter besides Nyx.
Yeah. You see the same cases with Faceless Voids too. Like jump in, they're like, I'm ready, and then they just shut the fuck up, and then they put them in their place, and suddenly game plan ruined.
Yep. And man, look at these levels. This TA is level 18, Klink's 15, and then Quap and Sven are only 14, and I mean, we're known for seeing Ritsu get very far ahead, and the fact he can't. Oh, here we go. Stun comes in. He has the Aegis of the Immortal. AA is gonna. I mean, they might get this Aegis if anything, but after that, it could be a little bit rough. They do bring him down once. Pepita on the left side. They haven't even seen. Stan King will just get. No, he gets out. A nice play by Fleet, bringing down Excel, but he will go down for that. Meanwhile, Ritsu trying to bring down Pepita. They don't have any more vision. He just gets away. Oh, he's trying to bait him. He's baiting him in for sure. And Kataro kills the Quap. He's committed. He's just going to get baited around. This guy's actually outplaying him hard.
Dying.
Yeah, I'm just watching this chase while his team slowly dies. And look at that. He might try to cleave it. Nope. Here comes the TA, and that's all chat rushing on him. The applause comes out, and they got handled that fight. They went on a level 18 TA with an Aegis.
They were feeling backs against the wall, have to do something there. If there's maybe another hero or two there for the combo, I think they feel a little bit better about that.
Oh, and look at this. They do not care.
Disrespect TP in on the captain. Dang.
Oh, man. Infamous even that one loss against Iceberg was definitely winnable. They just, this draft I was a little suspect about because they haven't played this style, but they're sure showing they can. They look scary with this Leo style guy, Some people remember him back from Dialcom. In middle lane, they're actually looking for a kill. We are going to see him try to pull him this way, actually. Will they go? Gets some fire. Actually misses with his flame break. And, well, they're just going to soar away. And look at how quick.
Snay, run.
Oh, nice stun by Flea. Pepita's here now. He's actually solo. I don't know where this guy came from. No, Snake King gets bursted down immediately. Global Silence flies, and the Quap will be able to take it off. Pepita's still alive. This guy doesn't die. Finally goes down. Quap blinking forward. Silenced again. He will have blink up in 1. Will they be able to get him? He's dead. Kataro is just melting him. He has 4.4k he hasn't even spent this case, and this might be one of those things where VGJ knows they lost, and they're like, let's practice our uphill defense, right? You always want to learn something from a game. Because this is 16k lead at 22 minutes. This TA, I mean, has a lot of offensive items, and then just a straight up BKB as well.
Has a lot of offensive.
I mean, Blink Death, so I mean that's good for 22 minutes. Then you just throw on a BKB as well. This guy's nuts, and he just goes forward. See ya, Stanlard. My man is... so what did he get? He 0-8-1, and that's the thing. It felt like, you know how second pick people, you know, some people in pubs say it's like inbounce, you know, because you always get the counter pick. This AA, we might have finally found the counter, you know. Clinks a TA, a Clockwork, a Furion.
The Clockwork
they
in the laning phase, like punishing him and
here we
pulling
go.
him around.
They're going on Kataro. Well, I don't know if they're really going on him, but they're trying to. He blocks him on the other side, so Flea won't be able to do anything. Ritsu's here now. They should actually be able to get this guy, and they do. A little bit cocky play there. Flea picks up the kill. 900 gold for him. And they're moving forward now, Leo style. Oh, Snaking will hold him down. Here we go. Big ulti coming out from Flea, but a global flies after that. They are just going to get the A ulti in. It should kill the Clockwork. Leo style kills Snaking in the back, and Leo style gets another kill. Stinger is actually still alive. Ritsu's getting kited around. He should just go over the tower here, I think. He's just dying. I think Leo style might be a little too much for him right now. Level 22 at 23 minutes in. God, this guy has actually been the MVP of this entire tournament so far.
Yeah, every game he's played in has been special.
And obviously a big, like Jack said, the Stinger guy helping him out middle, like zone out the quad, made him get Blink level 1, right? That's actually like a pretty big deal.
This Stinger guy, yeah, that guy.
Stinger's been around for a long time.
He's been doing work.
And he's been around. I know he's one of those South Americans I even knew about in Dota 1. You know, some people say he's not the best, but he's looking mighty damn fine right now.
Mighty damn fine.
Here we go. They're just going to take down this tower. Here we go, Snaking. Just going to push him back right now. Get silence. Miss uphill by Leo style. We're going to see AO flying. Hit Excel. Dink on Leo style.
Not enough mana on the silencer at the moment for global, but very close.
And another little off stun by Flea. He's definitely had a little bit of an off game.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
Smoke coming out. Are they going to find anyone? We have a TP out by Leo, so they won't find him. Stinger's 4 staffing away. They're beelining straight for the jungle. Stinger, oh, long TP, but he'll get out. They're not going to find anyone, are they? All there is Nature's Prophet. I think after this wave, he's just gone. He's not even gone before the wave. He's actually instantly gone. They had a Warden base, that's why. My bad. Dire saw that smoke come out. And they might just get this tier 1 and back up, but I don't think Dire's ready. Yep, they're going to hook in. They actually are going to find Sven. Ult's going to fly. Global Silence comes out. Stinger might get frozen. He is, but they're trapped in the cogs. Leo's on the backside. Kills Sand King. We're going to see Snaking go in, but nothing much to do. Stinger's almost dead. Flame Break will come out. They do get 1 kill while the other 3 drop, and it looks like the Quap trying to get away. Still has a Ewel's. Ritsu actually farming. Uh-oh. He gets trapped into the Quelling Blade. He's just going to TP out. Smart play. And just, at this point, even if they get a 5-on-5 fight, I think Dire's just too farmed. They may have the better abilities, but they do not have the better items.
Yeah, but there's a couple things I like about this. One, I like the, it's strange to say, but I enjoy the taunting coming out from Infamous because, you know, you need to spice things up sometimes,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
And then if you manage to win against a team like that, it's just going to feel that much better. So
Yeah.
I enjoy that. VGJ, I mean, some teams have this philosophy of, you know, if the game's over VP, notorious for this, you're just going to call it, right? But if there's something you can still learn from this, either coordination, defending high ground, just sticking through it, especially if there are things to communicate, I think there's some value in that.
Yep. Oh, and they're stalking. They see that Quap has used Blink. Obviously, going to be back up. Silence comes. We're going to have a Ewel's. What are they going to have? Oh, diffuses the Ewel's off. Wait, that's what happened, right? You can still defuse Ewel's. Yeah, it had to be. And here we go. They're going to try to run away, but they're going to find Stand King as well as Flea on the backside. They're super slow, but they... Oh, that didn't block it out. Flea, 1 more hit, still trying to run on the backside. Quap will barely escape. Oh, man. Yeah, it's interesting because, I mean, like you said, though, I think that some of these guys are friends. Like, Ritsu's known for being friends with South American, just like you are. That's why he was playing with DCSA. You know, it's all in good fun until...
Yeah, there's plenty of pregame chat during those pauses. These guys...
It's all fun, you know, taunting pregame until, you know, the Furion's 15-0 and you're losing to him and you're like, all right, 1 more taunt. I'm done with this guy.
Yeah, and he's just dancing in your base.
Yep.
Doing
dropping
the booty
items
shake
on
the
you.
way out.
Yep. They're going to... They don't even have to scout Roche. They have the TA. Psionic trap there. Top lane, Snaking was trying to just counter push. He's only level 14. Oh, and they find him, actually. Does he have a TP? He's going to use it instantly. And Nature's Fraud, look at taunting again. And right now, yeah, this is I mean, now this is kind of the same playstyle, right? Like, Infamous feels like they're definitely, I mean, they're 21K ahead. They could push uphill, but it's so hard versus AA, Sven, or Shaker. So they're just playing it cool. Getting more farm, getting BKBs up on everyone.
The farm has plateaued there, and, you know, the gleaming hopes of that Wombo combo high ground defense
top lane,
Pepita
solo killed, pardon me.
Whoa.
And look at Stanky even throws an ult up, doesn't need, and that's the one powerful thing about an Earthshaker, especially when you get the level 15 talent, 50 damage so much. And Roche is up. It's going down. There will be no defense. Bottom lane, though, we do see Quap just farming up decently.
They're trying to go for their
tier 1.
Their second tower of the game.
Yup.
There's money on the map to be made by VGJ if they can like win a fight or a skirmish and be able to push forward for a +1, +2 objective.
Yeah.
They could get like a crazy surplus of money to be able to have better items for a said high ground defense. So I wonder if that's going to be forcing Infamous to kind of just push the game forward now. Now that they have the Aegis, they're going to look to go for
Snake King
closure.
Kataro. Kataro's trying to micro the chicken, and he might have had a kill there on Snake King, but Snake King's like, what the hell? Notices, and now Excel, they have that ward in lane. Always get it to queue up, and he's just dead. Just instantly dead, huh?
Does have a buyback, but
yep. Oh, and they're going forward now. Here we go. Ritsu ults up. Nice hook shot in. They just blow him up. Now Stan King's dead. Everyone's just dead in like one hit.
Why did they run out from the base? Why didn't they just wait for Snake King to have like a buy, like use his buyback and just remain indoors? They just wanted to run out and take a fight.
Oh, Flea gets up over hill, but Stinger is right on him. They do have the shrine, luckily. Now he's like, oh, what's going on? They are going to get a lasso up on Pepita. Could they drag him uphill? They barely get him up there, but they do. He should go down here, but TA's now here. Get to bring down Flea. Snake King already used his buyback. If he dies, which he doesn't. But we do see the glyph fly. Now some 4-7's in. Stinger trying to go down, but he has the Solar Crest and finally gets denied by Leo style moving forward. He's dead. He's dead. They're all dead. No one has buybacks. One more kill right here for Leo style.
Boom. Ultra kill, Leo style. That's how you go out in a game if you're Infamous. They finish this one up 38-13. Dang.
Yeah, that was a different side of Infamous. I mean, we're used to seeing him winning, obviously, but that was just a completely different play style. I feel like maybe VGJ prepared to play Infamous's game, and Infamous completely, you know, when the railroad track splits off, they just pulled the lever and went a different way, and I mean, it really worked out.
I like that description there.
Jack, what do you like, right? We watched the same Infamous, right? They were playing this team fight heavy thing, and now they're just completely changed game, and I mean, that was a clean win. That was a very clean win.
Yeah, either way, regardless of whether they're more team fight or anything else, just empowering their cores. Great rotations from Stinger. It's like the same recipe. Stinger is going to come through, make some plays, and their cores are going to get all the items and farm they want, and they're going to be able to control things. So, nice game there from Infamous.
And they seem to control the Ancients very well. I mean, you have multiple players on each team who can take sacks. You know, Snake King, Sven, and then you have just the TA who just anytime they want to fight, like you could watch him walk over to the Ancients. Like, oh, a double stack. He just took it himself. It just felt like very value game, and man, Leo's still level 25 at like 27 minutes in. This guy, this guy is insane. Like, he's just actually insane. He's gone godlike now in every game but one, and he's played 5, so that's 4. If you're doing the math at home,
it's 80%. It's pretty good.
He finishes 16-2, 16-2-9, with over 25K in damage. I mean, next closest is his own team is 17K and stuff on your clinks, but. Is this just victim to putting yourself into some strong lanes, being able to have heroes that could benefit from strong lanes, to just having fighting potential sooner than later?
Jack, let you take this one.
I think, just the lanes were very difficult. Just starting off with the ward situation and then keeping track of rotations, Clockwork just wreaking some havoc left and right. Yeah. And then the kind of dependence, like the VGJ lineup is when they get all their combos together. It's kind of like the Infamous thing we saw yesterday, right? If you're fighting in like one area, it's really strong. It's pretty hard to beat. And if you're at least even, you can use snaking to go ahead and set up some fights and then back that up with the counter initiation and the combos afterwards.
But Silencer was a big
Silencer is disruptive of that. And if you get off to a bad start to begin with, then suddenly you need the margins become thinner and thinner for execution on killing anybody. You need to hit like 2 or 3 ults to kill one core, one person, and then the ensuing fight that happens just doesn't work for you. You lose all your towers. Even getting solo kills is hard. So the timing and the point at which the lineup matures is a huge difference there.
And it feels like did Nature's Prophet have too good of a game for being matched up against it? I mean, no one ever. I mean, Stinger came bottom a little bit, like 4 or 5 minutes in, but he was versus AA Sven, and he got everything he wanted. Shouldn't that lane be able to, you know, maybe bully out a Nature's Prophet better? No.
AA Sven?
Yeah, AA Sven versus Nature's Prophet. I mean, Stinger came down there, but in the first couple minutes, like,
I think that's all it took. The Stinger, it's just
yeah.
Stand King, you may have like chilling touch and feel like you can zone back with that, but once the clockwork's in your face with cogs and battery assault.
Not necessarily because you're, aside from like Sprout, as Sven, you're not taking more than a point in Stormbolt usually, so you don't, the combo isn't really enough for you to right click him down. You're not really going to be able to kill him unless he's way out of position. And then there's always the threat of the clockwork. If you lose that early ward, like you can't see where the clockwork's there, if he's gathering the rune in the river, and you have to be worried about if you just make one misstep, he just comes in and kills you, and that happened a few times already with Stand King. So
just one more thing before we wrap at least this game up. Flea, I definitely felt like he had an off game. He legitimately just missed a lot of stuns that didn't hit any heroes. He blocked some people on the wrong side. Maybe it's first game of the day, kind of jitters, but I think if they want to win, like Stinger had an amazing game. Flea is going to need to step his game up to rival that, I think.
He had some okay plays, too. He got some nice solo kills on.
He got one. He got one, Jack.
It's,
no, it was a good solo kill. The problem was that was too late, you know. Pepita was being so cocky at the end of the game. Like, Pepita's like, man, this is easy. Argentina is actually just better Dota than USA now. And I was like, fuck, he's right. He's just right.
We may see them give something to Flea that's a bit more comfort. Not saying an Earthshaker is an uncomfortable hero for Flea, but they might just, you know, throw an early Earth Spirit his way. Just so it's like, take this, have fun, don't feel demotivated at all. You know, let's put the last game behind us. So we'll see if that's going to be the case or not. We'll cut to a break now for Jack and Grant. I'm Dakota. We'll be back for game number 2 of Infamous versus VGJ.Storm.